All right, welcome to the Let It Go podcast. I am your host, Aaron Mallory, aka Mr. Let Go. Y'all may not realize, but all hell broke loose on YouTube. It had a nationwide shutdown, which was weird, but we bike, like Plaza say. So this is going to be a very interesting show because I'm gonna kind of piss a lot of people off, and I don't mean to, but at the end of the day, certain things need to be discussed. And I'm not necessarily afraid to discuss the tough issues. All right. So for the YouTube people, you guys come in. As you come in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because a lot of people are coming over from YouTube. And Instagram people, go over to YouTube, and because I got a guest on the line, and you guys are going to want to watch this show. So don't stay on Instagram, go over to YouTube. So let's go. Exactly, Paris. All right, my brother, I got a special guest. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Dayon Robinson, aka Mr. Quote Oneself.
Okay.
So of course, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Quote one, Mr. Dayon Robinson, aka Quote Oneself. Of course, I have all of my stuff is at Quote Oneself, from Instagram to Twitter to my website to YouTube. And basically, quote oneself means that you need to quote oneself, because the majority of the time we know the answers to our own problems, where we give them to someone else, but it's hard for us to follow them ourselves. So, I'm not perfect, but I do try to quote myself and try to follow my own advice as much as I can. And I know we're not perfect, but if you're not striving for perfection, then what you doing?
Gotcha. All right, I love it. All right. So we're about to get into some mess today. So earlier today, I seen a particular video on social media. It was on the Shade Room, right? And it was about Khloe Kardashian. Now, this isn't necessarily about Khloe Kardashian, but this is a pretty interesting topic. So let me play what she said, and we'll go from there.
I 100% have a block up, but who wouldn't? Like, every relationship I go into, they're always disappointing and up. So I have every reason to be guarded. I have every reason to have these bricks up in layers. And if somebody cares enough, they will take those bricks down brick by brick.
Okay, so this is partly about Khloe Kardashian, but this is mainly about ladies, right? All right, so the first thing she says is the relationships that she's been in have been terrible, right? And she says virtually every guy that she's been with disappointed her. And that's a key word to me. The relationships disappointed her. And then after that, she goes on to say that if anybody decides to want to, come after her or want to be with her, they have to take down her walls brick by brick by brick. So I want to separate this in two parts. So the first part is her being in all of these bad relationships and them failing and disappointing her. What do you think about that?
Well, me, I know that being out here dating, you're going to have more disappointment than you have success. So the disappointment is natural. But after you are disappointed, what are you doing after that? Are you continuing to be in a relationship after you've been disappointed, or what? Because disappointment is natural. Like, if you out here dating and trying to be in a relationship, then you're going to be disappointed way more than you are satisfied with the relationship, because people get in relationships and they get disappointed. And if you have boundaries and you stick to them, then you get out of the relationship. So the disappointment is natural. You're going to be disappointed 80 to 90% of the time when you're out here dating and trying to be in a relationship. What you do afterwards. You don't keep being disappointed by the same person over and over and over again.
So the way I look at it is, I don't like the word disappointed, because that means you have expectations, or there's a certain amount of a feeling of entitlement. Usually when somebody disappoints you, it's like your kid or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at your kid like, you know what? You disappoint me. You should, and at the end of the day, like, your mate or whoever you're dating shouldn't be disappointing you, because at the end of the day, they don't owe you anything. Who cares about somebody disappointing you? Because that person is a grown man or a grown woman, and they can do what the hell they want to do. Ain't nobody worrying about disappointing you. Who are you? Like the Queen of England or something? So just the thought process of a woman saying, a man that I dated disappointed me. Don't nobody care. Because here's the thing. There's two people in this relationship and not just one person. So what about him? Did you disappoint him? Nobody talks about that side, right? We always want to sit around and talk about who disappointed us. But what are you doing, or what have you done to, because it's two people. So it sounds to me that Khloe Kardashian is perfect and whoever she got with is trash. Which brings me to my second point. If this is true, imagine Khloe Kardashian being this angel. She does everything right. She's perfect. Of course, which she isn't, just like the rest of you guys aren't. But what if she was this perfect person? And the other person, like Tristan Thompson or whoever, was trash. And I'm not going to say he was trash, but according to everything I've seen, she stayed with a man that was trash, right?
Yeah.
So why are you with somebody and staying with somebody and having a child with somebody who is trash? You're sitting there talking about how somebody disappointed you, but he impregnated you also. And I'm sure he disappointed you before he impregnated you. So how are you allowing a man to impregnate you while at the same time disappointing you? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from with the disappointment and like in dating early on in relationships, because disappointment means that, hey, I put a lot of faith in you.
Yes.
And you shouldn't put that faith in a person like that from day one. Now, if you years into a relationship with someone and then they start doing something, then I understand how you would be disappointed then. Because I thought so much of you. We had such a great relationship for the past 4 or 5 years that now you just disappointed me in your actions of what you did. So definitely in the beginning, I see where you're coming from with the disappointment. But it's a lot of people out here that just come straight forward with, hey, I'm giving you my all, and they get disappointed real quick from somebody that they really didn't even want. That person didn't even really want to be with them like that. And then with Khloe and Tristan, it's kind of like, I didn't follow their relationship in the beginning, but I know all of the stuff he's done, throughout, it could be disappointing to her because she had so much faith in him and thought that he was going to do this and do that. And it depends on what Tristan was saying to her as well. Was he saying like, I'm done with all of the women. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that. Now, if he was boosting her up, then her disappointment would be a lot greater. But if he was telling her, hey, I want other women sometimes and all of this and that, then she shouldn't be disappointed because he was already telling her that he was going to mix and mingle.
Well, here's the thing with somebody like, because we're talking about you ladies. We're not necessarily talking about Khloe and Tristan. So don't get it twisted. We're talking about y'all. But with this particular situation, because I don't know enough about their story to just stay on them, you know, but overall, I'm quite sure that Khloe knew that Tristan, y'all got to understand who this woman is. She's dated like how many basketball players? Her ex-husband was, what's his name?
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom, who was a whole drug addict. So
yeah.
And then you married somebody that was a known drug addict, you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing. Are you literally choosing people who are trash, or are these people just trash without you knowing it? I think in this particular situation and in the situation with a lot of these other women, these women are choosing trashy, crappy, loser men. And I want y'all to think about this. A lot of you are just, dating or entertaining crappy guys. This freaking woman, she married a whole drug addict. Yeah. And it's nothing wrong with somebody being on drugs, because we all are human and we all make mistakes. So I don't want to sit around and just put my foot on the neck of a person that may have a drug problem. But at the end of the day, this person with a drug problem was actually somebody's choice. Mm-hmm. Now his mom his mom and his dad is the only person that couldn't make a choice of having a drug addict in their household, because they made him. But everybody else on this earth can easily turn around and say, yo, I don't want to deal with you no more. But she didn't want to do that. So she's running around talking about how these men who are trash disappointed her. Shouldn't she be saying, yo, I disappointed myself by making these dumb choices over and over again? Virtually every man that I've been with that we know about, of course, were trash. Well, that means your picker is broken. So let's do this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think your picker may be broken. Put a 1 in the chat if you think your picker may be broken, because that's the thing that we have to focus on if we're going to go down this road of somebody disappointing you, because that somebody disappointing you may actually be you. And real quick, make sure to hit the like button. Way too many people in here who did not hit the like button. So I don't know why I gotta keep doing this, but I want y'all to just learn the what is the word? The culture of YouTube. I know, on Instagram, you get on, you just chill out or whatever, but on YouTube, it's very important to actually hit the like button coming in. It's very important for the YouTube algorithm. So hit the like button. Everybody in here, come out, hit the little like button, and let's get back to work. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys like what we're saying, show it to us. All you got to do is hit the like button, right? So that's the thing about it right there, in my opinion. All right, a lot of people are saying, putting 1 in the chat. So they're saying that their picker may possibly be broken also, along with Khloe Kardashian. What's your thoughts, bro?
And I think some of them picker is broken, but a lot of them look over the red flags and they don't stick to their boundaries. And that's the main issue. So it's like you can, like for women, when a man approach you and he's, showing his best side, you can pick him. Mm-hmm. So, but once you pick him and you find out that he's displaying all of these red flags and he's overstepping your boundaries, then that's when you have to have the ability to let him go. And that's why I say you gotta quote yourself, because hey, in the beginning, when you're single, women are saying, hey, I'm not going to deal with no man that's cheating. I'm not going to deal with no man that's abusing me, that's verbally like cursing me out and acting crazy. But then once you get into that relationship with that man that you desire, now all of a sudden your boundaries are gone and you're overlooking red flags. And, you know, you allow him to cheat on you because you didn't do nothing the first time he cheated on you. Or you allow him to hit you one time and come back and apologize and say, he's not going to do it again when you're just not doing nothing. So you have to, some of your pickers are broken, but at the same time, don't ignore these red flags and have boundaries. Stick to them because you can pick, your picker can be broken, but that doesn't mean you have to stay in bad relationships. You can just be like, man, as a woman, you can say every man I'm picking is terrible. Like, what is it? Do I need to go to a new area? Do I need to, approach different? Do I need to go to different scenes? Like, what do I need to do? But just make sure that your boundaries are set in place and you're not letting a man overstep them because you desire to be with him so bad. And like that's my main thing is the desire. Because when a woman desires you, she'll do anything for you, whether you a F boy or you're a good man, because her desire is there. Because I have so many clients where these women desire these men, but these men are no good. And they doing whatever it takes to be with these men. They allowing them to cheat because they didn't do nothing the first 5 times he did. And now they got trust issues. They continuing to check his phone, check his laptop, put GPSs on his car. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, just get rid of this dude. He gonna continue cheating on you. So that it's the boundaries. It's sometimes it's the picker. They pickers broken. They don't have no boundaries, and they just letting themselves get ran all over because I guess they desire something from the guy that they're trying to get from him, but he's not giving it.
Let me I like how you said so what you're saying is not only is the woman's picker broken, but her ejection button is broken also.
Yeah. The ejection button is broken.
Her ejection button.
She needs to eject them dudes out of there.
So y'all got a whole lot of issues. Not only is your picker broken, you picked the wrong guy, right? But once you realize the guy is a wrong guy, your ejection button is not working. You can't let the guy go. Like,
yeah.
Let me give you guys something to think about because I was talking to somebody earlier and I said this randomly and I was like, yo, that was really interesting. For those of you ladies who may feel like Kardashian and you're thinking that all these guys out here, these men are trash, right? For those of you who feel like it's not you, it's the men, I want you to think about this. I want to tell a quick story real quick. Imagine a guy. Okay, let's just say this. There was a guy that got some really crazy charges, right? But he didn't do the crime, right? So his job now is to look for the best lawyer that he can find to get him out of this because he literally didn't do it. And he's facing 40 years, right? So he turns around and chooses like the first lawyer that actually gave him his time, because the guy is in jail, right? Sometimes lawyers are kind of like pull up to the jail and say, hey, I read your file. Hey, I want to help you, right? Just like how a guy walks up to you like, yo, you kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? And you looking at the guy, you in prison, right? You like, yo, I need a lawyer. Lawyer pulls up on you and is like, yo, I want to help you out. So you're looking at his suit. His suit is like a little too big for him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? His paperwork isn't necessarily neat. You know what I'm saying? He's not really talking like a lawyer. He's talking like just a dude. You know what I'm saying? You seen all these red flags with this guy, but you like, all right, I'm going to give him a chance, right? So next thing you know, You give him a shot. So he's going through all the investigations or whatever. And you starting to get a lot of feelings that, yo, this lawyer may not be the right lawyer for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't really see him as being somebody who can represent me and win this actual case. Right? So you don't gave him all this paperwork, all of the evidence. You don't told him your story. Your mama don't talk to him. All the witnesses don't talk to him and everything. But then you sit back and say, yo, I don't think this lawyer is good enough to get me out of this mess. But you say to yourself, I don't know if I want to start over with a new lawyer, though. I got to go find a new lawyer. I got to go do all this. The next lawyer got to talk to all the witnesses that are on my side. He got to talk to my mama. I got to give him all this paperwork. I got to get all the paperwork from the lawyer, get it back from him, and then get to this new lawyer. I don't know if I want to start over, right? So you stay with the lawyer, knowing that this lawyer is trash. What ends up happening is you go to trial and you get all 45 years. Mm-hmm. Do you get mad at the lawyer that you knew that was trash? Or do you get mad at yourself for being too damn lazy to start over with a new damn lawyer? I hope this sounds familiar, ladies, because a lot of you do this same freaking crap with your future. Yep. This guy just got 40 years. Guess what? You 40 years old. Ain't married, kids, ain't got no daddy. You have a sentence on your own life. You stuck with this freaking dude. Your freedom is looking the same way as his freedom. Mm-hmm. He won't let you go nowhere. He don't, he popping off at the mouth like if you leave me, ain't nobody else gonna want you. You know what I'm saying? Make you feel bad, or he don't threaten you a couple times. Yep. You are in jail as just as much as this guy in this example is in jail. And both of you had total 10 different opportunities to say, yo, this isn't the right person for me. I got to choose somebody else. This is laziness. A lot of you are just literally too lazy to work on yourself. So you thought I was going to say, go pick another man. No, it ain't about picking another man, because your picker is broken. You can't run around picking different people if your picker is broken. Does that make sense? You're going to keep picking the same trashy guy. Your job is to fix your picker first. And how to do that is to go get therapy, go get coaching, go sit down with somebody. I say this on every freaking live. It's you. Your picker is broken. Fix your picker. And then turn around and fix your ejection button, which is your boundaries, right? Yep. Tell these ladies about boundaries, man, because you made some great points.
Yeah, so like I said, I always tell my clients to get their boundaries together. When they come to me, they definitely have to get their boundaries together. Like, what are they? Like, what do you not want to accept? What are you willing to accept? And then in relationships, like, what's your deal breakers? Like, that has to be first and foremost. What are your deal breakers? And, we all know that cheating is a deal breaker. That's like the number one thing. Domestic violence is close up there as well. Cheating and domestic violence are like 1 and 2 or 1A or 1B with, with your boundaries. But a lot of women let those things go. And I be trying to tell them, like, you do not let those two things go. Those two things shouldn't happen in a relationship. So And then everything else is kind of, you know, it depends on you as a person of what your other boundaries are.
Facts.
But those are the main two that I usually get, that I try to establish with them. And I think I made a post not too long ago where I was like, if you're not willing to do nothing when you tell your man that you're cheating, then don't say nothing. Like, don't say nothing until you get ready to leave. Because if you say something and you're not ready to leave and you're going to stay in the house anyway, what's the use of you telling them? Because at some point he going to think that, well, she didn't do nothing the first time, I can do it again. You're not going to give him any consequences because you're not even ready to leave. So it's like, if he has been cheating, you know, just build a case. And then once you finally ready to leave and you got another place to stay or whatever the case may be, then you can let him know and say, hey, I know that you're cheating. This is the proof. I'm out of here tomorrow. Now, all of a sudden, he's like, oh, snap. Like, hold on, wait a minute. But if you don't have that in place and you tell him without you having, you know, a way to go, then he's just going to apologize or whatever the case may be. And then the both of you going to still be in the same house. And he's going to think that it's okay for him to go out and do it again because you didn't do anything about it. You didn't give him a consequence.
Facts. Takara says, it's insane how we mock women, but you guys, y'all have broken pickers and ejection buttons also. Well, that's true. But guess what? We ain't the ones complaining. You don't see no woman on social media helping men saying like, all right, men, I know y'all are tired of these. No, it's y'all.
And our standards are higher than women's, because a man is not going to let a woman constantly cheat on him year after year after year and then complain about it and then be going through her phone and everything else. He gonna be out of there. Like you majority of men, if a woman cheat on that man one time, I know twice, if he forgive her for the first time, depending on how long they've been together, how much he like her, he might let her slide once. But a second time, he gone out of there. But for a woman, majority of them, well, I don't want to say majority, but a lot of them that I know, that I've been in contact with, those men have cheated on them for years, way more than 2 times. So you can't really compare those two. You can't really compare men to women when it comes to standards and boundaries, because ours is a lot higher.
So you saying that men have higher standards than women? Yo,
yes.
Because I'd be damned if I let a woman cheat on me and I still stay with her. So
you don't hear those stories of a man continuing to be with a woman for 10 to 15 years, and he's been and his woman has been cheating ever since year 1. Like, no, that's not happening.
So here's the thing, y'all. Takara, looks like we just called you out on your bull crap. Looks like our picker may be broken sometimes, but our ejection button,
let me tell you something.
It's good.
Takara always got something to say. That's actually my lady, all up in here.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. She can get the smoke though. It's all good. But look at it, respectfully. But here's the thing, y'all, because that's a great point. Because here's the thing. We have to pay attention to the men and the women. So sometimes the women may say, well, what about these men? Well, Takara gave us sorry about that. Takara gave us an opportunity to clear that part up, because just like you said, the difference between men and women is we got standards, we got tolerance levels, we have options, y'all. We ain't running around saying, man, it ain't no good women out here. And then at the same time, a lot of men that are like Tristan Thompson, he's with a Kardashian. I wouldn't have left either. So if you look at who Tristan Thompson is, versus Khloe Kardashian, Tristan is the one who's getting more out of this situation because he's with a Kardashian. You know what I mean? So does he want her? Most likely not. You know, I wouldn't want any of the Kardashians, but I would love to date a Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta and what a lot of women love to do, they get so much enjoyment out of, is comparing men to women and comparing women to men. We are not the same in virtually any way when it comes to society. So y'all can just stop it, because you're never going to win that argument, because we men. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on. Let's look at the other side of this situation. And let me play this again for those who are just coming on, just to refresh everybody, because we're going to go back. We're going to go to the second part.
Yeah, I 100% have a block up, but who wouldn't? Like, every relationship I go into, they're always disappointing and up. So I have every reason to be guarded. I have every reason to have these bricks up in layers. And if somebody cares enough, they will take those bricks down brick by brick.
Okay. The second part of this, because now we'll talk about the pickers and the ejection buttons. Now let's discuss this part. Is it a man's responsibility, or is it a man's job to actually bring a woman's wall down? So say Takara, when you first met her, she had this huge Khloe Kardashian wall up, right? She's dealt with all these, well, not all these, she's dealt with these guys and they were trash. And now you're a great man, you're a healed man, you don't got therapy, and you don't sat down in front of her and you see the look on her face and you like, yo, what's wrong? And she's just like, I just got this wall up. And if you want to be with me, you got to bring this wall down. How would you feel about that?
I'd have been out of there. I ain't bringing down no wall or anything. and we actually had this conversation like a few hours ago before I came on, and she was saying that she did have walls up, but I told her, I was like, well, I didn't see them. I didn't see the walls that you had up, and a big part of that is because she desired to be with me. And when a woman desires to be with you, she'll let her walls down, whether it's for a good man or if it's for an F-boy. Because we know, me and you both know, that there's women out here that'll do anything for a man, and he's an F-boy. He's cheating on her, lying to her all the time, but she is continuing to be with this guy for whatever reason, because she's desiring to be with him. So a woman can have up all the walls that she wants to, and won't no man be able to come in and break those walls down, or whatever the case may be. But let's say, for instance, a guy comes in, she don't really like him like that. She's going to give him the problems of having to, take down this wall brick by brick. But a man that she desires, she ain't gonna have him break down no walls. Let's say, for instance, this woman desires to be with Chris Brown or something, and she's talking about a wall. She's not gonna give Chris Brown no wall to break down, because she desired to be with him. She's gonna give him everything that he wants from day one, and that's all because she really wants to be with this guy. And that's even for men as well. When we really want to be with a woman, we're not gonna be out here messing around. We're gonna be like, yo, I found the woman that I want, that I need. So it ain't no use to go out here and be with no other woman. It ain't no use to go out here and do these things that I was doing with women that I didn't want to be with. Because a man, he can be a good man to one woman, but another woman, she might say, oh, he wasn't that good of a man, because he didn't desire to be with you, but he desires to be with this woman.
Facts.
So it's one person can look two different ways to different people.
So that means, ladies, the guys that are presumably in your eyes trash, it may possibly be not that he's trash. He may just not be that into you.
Yeah,
and
he don't want you.
He don't want you. So, and I know that's hard for a lot of y'all to hear, but 90% of the men that you dated in your life did not want you. At least 90%, maybe 95%. Because I want you to think about this. If you've never been married, doesn't that mean at least 95% of the men you've ever been in your life didn't want you? They were just around, you know what I'm saying? It may have been one or two guys who actually wanted you and you messed it up, or his ignorance or his immaturity messed it up and you dumped him. So it may be a couple guys that actually did want you, and you dismissed them. But I would say 90% of the time, the men that you are or have been dealing with, they didn't want you in the first place. They just want somebody to sleep with, have sex with, somebody to go live with. Some of y'all letting dudes live with y'all. He ain't got no car, so he wants to use your car, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just somewhere to pull up at when his girl is tripping. You know what I'm saying? And so the sad thing about it is, when you just think about somebody not wanting you or somebody being trash, is a very good chance that he's trash on purpose so you won't put so much pressure on him to actually be with him. Because to a certain degree, I'm not going to say y'all do, but to a certain degree, y'all are okay with F-boys. Y'all are okay with men who need all this help. So sometimes we just appear to be trash so you won't want us, because we don't want you. We just want to sleep with you. So if we're too good or we do too many nice things, you're going to actually want to be with us, and you're going to start like putting pressure on us to be with you. But if we are trash to you, but we're not too much trash for you to dismiss us, guess what? We're in that sweet middle where you don't want to be with me, but you want to be with me. You know what I'm saying? And now I can enjoy your house. I can enjoy your AC. I can enjoy your bed. I can enjoy your body. I can enjoy your food. I can enjoy your car without having to be with you. Because guess what? I don't want to be with you anyway. So I don't want you to want to be with me. So some guys are trash on purpose, and he'll get with another guy, a girl, and he'll probably marry her. He'll probably hold the door for her and do all the things that you wanted him to do. He don't want you. That's part of the reason why these men that you've been with have been trash. Ain't nobody trying to be with no darn Khloe Kardashian. I would be trash to Khloe just a little bit, just for her to keep me around. I ain't finna be the perfect man. Then she gonna want to be with me. Go ahead.
That's why a lot of women don't want to let go either, because they feel like they put in all of the work to try to change a man, which he's not going to change for you. But
facts,
they don't want to let him go because they're afraid that he will get with the next woman and then he will treat her the way he should have been treating her. So they keep holding on to him because saying, I don't want to let him go because I don't want to see him go to another woman and treat her better than what he was treating me. But you can't control that, because the next woman he get with may have boundaries set in place to the point where it's like, yo, if you do any of this stuff that you was doing to your ex, I'm out of there. So she put boundaries in place, and he knows that, hey, I can't treat her the way I treated my ex. My ex let me get away with that. My ex let me get away with cheating. My ex let me get away with lying. My ex let me get away with staying out all night with no consequences. But this new woman, I really like her, and she's not gonna let me get away with any of that. So I have to act different. Plus, I want to be with her. You know, I broke up with my ex.
Be with her.
Yeah, I broke up with my ex. which I didn't really want to be with. No way. She was just kind of nice in the beginning, and then we had a baby. We wasn't playing, so it's kind of like I didn't really want to be with her, but she was nice. I was getting what I needed. She was cooking for me. She was giving me sex. I was laying up over the house. She's not a bad person. And we slipped up. We had a baby and everything else. So it kind of just lasted for about 10 years. Now all of a sudden, once you get out of that relationship, you get to pick who you really wanted to be with. That guy goes out and he picks the woman that he wants, and he treats her like he wants her. He don't treat her the way he treated his ex that let him get away with all of that nonsense.
Facts. See, some of you ladies are apartments and other women are houses. You know what I'm saying? You're just somewhat a stage because I live on the south side or whatever. I got this little job, but I don't want to stay at this job, which means I don't want to stay in these apartments either. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all are apartments and not houses. We don't necessarily treat apartments as good as we do houses, right? I'm not going to repaint an apartment. I'm not going to put a new kitchen in an apartment, right? But all of these things, I will spend money to upgrade in a house, though, right? See, with a house, I got to spend money. I got to get my credit right. I got to do all these different things, right? But as far as an apartment, that's like renting a car. Like you dog out a rental car. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you to look at your life and say, am I an apartment or am I a house? And if you're a house, act like it. Make a man pre-qualify for you. Make a man show you his account in some type of way. I ain't saying show him on paper, but before you buy a house, you got to show your hand. You got to show your income. You got to show your credit. You know what I'm saying? So if a man isn't taking the time to show you more about his life, it's not about credit. It's just about life. That's just I'm just, making an example. But if a man isn't showing you the back office of his life, it's a good possibility that you may be an apartment to that man and not a house. You know what I'm saying? You may be a rental car to that man and not a 7-year commitment. His dream car. I need y'all to understand. Y'all are cute, but y'all are not for every man that you've been with. Okay, men can do better than you, and you can do better than men. Stop expecting a man to just want to stay with you and be with you, and knowing he can do better. You can look at the man that you with, and then you look at yourself in the mirror. If you need to lose weight, but you with a slim guy who works out or whatever, he gonna leave you. If your credit is trash and you're dating a guy who has a pretty good credit, he gonna leave you because he can do better. And here's the thing, we all can do better. So it's not about looks. It's about lifestyle. It's about your attitude. It's about the way you look at life. Do you complain all the time? Like, are you always arguing with folks? If you are, guess what? He can do better. And until you let all that crap go, you can't do better. So Cherie, you say you can do better. Well, that depends on the guy. You know what I'm saying? If you get with this particular guy, yeah, you can do better. But if you get this guy over here, you might not be able to do better. You have to date on your level, and level isn't just looks. It's about emotional intelligence also. Are you dealing with a man that's stupid? Guess what? That stupid man at some point is going to not be as stupid, and he's going to leave you. So don't even think you can date below your standards, because you're trying to gain control possibly of a man, and you like, all right, I'm gonna get with this stupid man. I'm gonna get with this man who ain't got no job or who just got out of prison. Once that man gets his stuff together, he's gonna do better than you, because you already know once we feel we can do better than a woman, we gonna go do better than that woman, right?
Yeah. What's that saying? A man is only as faithful as his options.
His options, right? And
Yep.
sometimes our options are few because our job is trash, our car is trash, our credit is trash. But to go back to what you said earlier, you said that men have better standards. So we're not going to stay with that trashy car, trashy credit, trashy side of town for too long. We're going to get our lives a little bit back together. And guess what? We got better options.
Yeah.
And guess who's going to be out of luck?
And then one thing is women need to stop thinking that they can nurture a man into loving them or wanting them the way they need to be loved and wanted. Like that's not going to happen. You can't nurture a man into loving you properly. If he just doesn't from day one love you the way you should be loved, then that basically means y'all work compatible. And there's nothing that you can do. There's no gestures. There's no amount of gifts. There's no amount of sex. There's no amount of anything that you can do for this man to make this man act right toward you if he's not doing it from day one. Like, there's just no way. So
because
that
here's the thing. We men, we love differently. All the stuff that you do for us, we think is something that you want to do. So you cooking and cleaning, and we looking at you as somebody who just enjoys doing this. We don't feel like we owe something back to you because you washing my clothes and cleaning up my house. No, this is something that you like doing. And here's the bottom line. What y'all don't realize is our ex did the same stuff. And guess what? We got rid of her, or we cheated on her, or we did her wrong, or she ain't around either, anymore. So you just sitting around doing the same stuff that our ex was doing. And we got rid of our ex, so we'll get rid of you. Stop doing all this stuff that makes you feel like it's going to get you closer to him. No, just be yourself. Either he's going to want to be with you or he's not. So you give that man 1 year. And if he has not waking up and said, all right, this is who I want to be with, you just got to simply let the man know. And up front, you could do this on like date number 9. Just be like, yo, I'm just going to want you to know, I'm not going to waste my youth on you. I like you. You like me. But you got 1 year, or you got a year and a half. After that, I'm out. I don't care what we doing. I don't care. We got a baby together. I'm out. So, and I'm not going to ever try to push you to marry me or none of that stuff, because that's on you. But I just need you to know, once that year is up and you ain't married me, that simply means you don't want me. And I'm not going to be mad at you. But I need to go find somebody that will want me. So whether you like it or not, after that year is up, I'm out.
Yeah. And then I know from my experience, a lot of relationships where the couple got married within a year, there was no sex involved. and other than that, it's been 2 years. Like with a regular relationship, from my experience, a couple has taken probably like 2 years to be married. And that's a couple that really want to be with each other. Now, I believe that their process speeds up when there's no sex involved. When there's no sex involved, a relationship could take 6 months to a year for that couple to join and be married. And that 2 year, and if you are having sex before marriage or whatever case may be, I do believe that it takes probably about 2 years for you to get married. But that doesn't mean that you don't know that you already want to be married to each other. When a year hits, you should have known for months already that, hey, we're going to be married. So now at our 1 year mark, that's just basically prepping to be married. Now it's like, okay, where you want the wedding? How we doing these things? Let me propose. And then let's be married at the 2 year mark or whatever the case may be. But I believe anything after that, where you start hitting, 4 or 5 years and you're not married yet, it's kind of like what's going on? Like, do you not know? Because when a man knows, he knows, and he's not going to let that woman be single and out here on the market or whatever. Even though they're in a relationship, he's going to wrap her up quick. It's going to be 2 years, from my experience, from my friends, and everything like that, from clients and everybody that I know. It's been 2 years when a man has known that when a man knows that he wants to be with a woman, he marries her within a 2-year time period.
Facts. And the thing about it is, I've said this in the past. I will stay in a situationship with a woman way longer than I would if it was a relationship. Because a situationship means me and her, you can date somebody else, I could date somebody else or whatever. We can stay in that situationship for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you know, on and off type of situation. But if it's a relationship, you ain't gonna see me after a year, because I'm not finna waste your time, because that means it's me and you only, and I see you as wife material, right? But after that year, I might say, all right, she's no longer wife material because I found out this, I found out that, so I'm out of here. So I will pull away from a woman that I want to marry way faster than I will pull away from a woman that I don't want to marry. So some of y'all think y'all got a guy because he's been around for like 3, 4, 5 years. No, that's just a bottom line where he's with you for that long because he doesn't want to be with you, not because he does. Yeah. And some of y'all might have to rewind that a little bit and just think about it, but just keep this in mind. I would stay with a woman that I don't want to be with 10 times as long than I would a woman that I do want to be with. Just keep that in mind. So the longer you're with a man is a possibility that means that he doesn't want you, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know, and
go ahead,
and definitely with situationships, I know, because some couples don't even make it to a relationship; they stay in the situationship, and most of the time that's because the man is telling her that, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship. I like how things are going,
and she just won't leave.
Good. Yeah, and she won't leave. And a lot of women think that it's the man's responsibility to tell her, like, get out of here. But a lot of men are not, like, some men are not assholes, so they're not going to say that. If they're getting cooked food, their clothes washed, they getting sex when they need it. Yeah, it's like, why am I going to give that up? I've already told her that I don't want to be in a relationship with her because I'm not ready or whatever the case may be. But she continues to come and offer it to me. And it's not like I'm not reciprocating because she's getting sex too.
Right.
She's getting sex too. She's getting nice treatment. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm not acting crazy toward her. I'm not treating her like, I'm not treating her bad, but I'm not giving her what she wants, and that's a relationship. But I told her, I don't want that. I don't want a relationship. But I will be nice to you. You be nice to me. We can go out. We can hang out. We can chill. We can have fun. But I'm not acting like I'm in a relationship because this is a situationship. But if you decide to act like we're in a relationship, that's on you. Those are your standards and your boundaries that you're not abiding by. Like, so, and I get that a lot too, where the woman is acting like she's in a relationship, but she's not. And then when she's out in public, when a guy tries to approach her, she says, I'm not single. I'm kind of in a situationship. So when you tell a man that you're in a situationship, you automatically telling a man at that point that you are acting if you are in a relationship and he's out here being single.
Fact.
That's what a relationship is. So when a man goes and approach a woman and he says, hey, how you doing? Are you dating or you in a relationship? Can I have your number? And she said, no, I can't really give you my number. I'm kind of seeing somebody. It's kind of like a situationship. And it's like, oh, you one of them.
Right,
You want
right.
to you in a relationship where your man is single. That's what a situationship means. And that
Exactly.
makes, and when I hear that, that makes me look at her as oh, she don't really have boundaries, or she's trying to stay with the man and nurture him into loving her properly.
Right.
Which that's something that you just can't do.
All right, y'all. Apparently somebody was asked a question and y'all are like waiting. There's a button at the bottom is a number sign. I mean not a number sign, it's a dollar sign. Put your question in the super chat. That's something called super chat. At the bottom, you see a dollar sign. Hit that button and $2, $5, $10 or whatever. Put that in the super chat and that will make it come up on the screen so we'll be able to see the question, because I don't want to miss your question. But overall, is all these comments coming in at the same time. So hit that dollar button and put the question in the super chat so we can answer it. And we're waiting for you because I don't know what the question actually was. So going down this rabbit hole with Khloe Kardashian. Like you say, bro, it is not up to us to do anything, because at the end of the day, somebody in here said something about leading. A man's supposed to lead. We supposed to lead the person that we want to be with. I'm not leading anybody I'm with. If I'm just sleeping with you, I'm not leading you, because I don't want to be responsible for you, because we're in a situationship.
Yeah.
I don't know you like that. I don't know what you out here doing. So I'm sorry. I am not I'm not.
And there's a lot of women that say that they want a guy just to be upfront and honest. And if a guy's telling you upfront, he's being honest and saying, hey, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, but you're a cool person, I'll still kick it with you. That's him being upfront and honest and giving you the opportunity to deal with him or not.
Speaking of upfront and honest, bro, Takara is asking one of us, is you marrying me or nah, bro?
Yeah.
So what's going on? Who's getting married on here? I don't know who this is. Am I getting married or you getting married? Like, school, what's going on?
Look, she all in the comments. Takara Williams is my girl.
Oh, so you gonna answer a question or what?
So she in here playing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I heard her downstairs laughing right now.
We keeping it real on here though. Like, she asked the question, she paid for the question. I would like for her to get her answer. She just put a go ahead.
Yeah, so she know what's up. We already talked about that. Like,
bro,
she's a very good woman and stuff.
Did
like
you
that.
hear her with a she know what's up? Did you just hit her with the she knows what's up?
Yeah, she know what's up. She know we already talked about marriage and all of that. She know we in this thing. I'm in this thing for the long run. So of course I'll be marrying her.
Boom. All right. So you got your question answered. He will be marrying you. He ain't got to marry you today or whatever, unless you want to pull out the ring right now and do that. But
no, not right now.
But yeah, the answer to the question is he will be marrying you, Takara, unless you mess up and start doing something crazy. So that's what's up. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that you show your relationship, you know what I'm saying? And it looks like y'all have a beautiful relationship. So that is what's up. And it seems like y'all love to play also. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the thing, y'all. Let's go back a little bit. It is not our jobs as men to break your wall down. Okay? It is your job to break your own damn wall down. And most likely, the reason why you have a wall up is because your ass has not gotten counseling yet. You have not gotten therapy yet. You have not gotten coaching yet. Both of us on this line are coaches. Hold on, y'all. Interference. Okay. But both of us are coaches. So you can either hit him up you can hit me up. And after this live, if you have a link, I'll put your link up under the video, and I'll definitely put my link under the video, because at the end of the day, I love to bring up solutions and not just be talking and making y'all feel bad or whatever. I like to give y'all solutions. So if you want a solution to your issue and not to be sitting around whining like Khloe Kardashian is, and actually do something about your situation, go up under this video and click either my link or click his link and get some coaching, or go to therapy. Because if not, you're gonna be looking like Khloe Kardashian 5 years from now, looking crazy with a new baby, and the dude's gonna be gone, and you're gonna be wondering what's going on, and you're gonna sit back and remember, like, man, I'm doing the same old stupid stuff, and it's 2022. Aren't y'all tired of doing the same old stupid mess? Your picker is broken, y'all. I asked y'all 30 minutes ago, how many people in here has a broken picker? And the majority of y'all actually said, came forward and said it was. So fix your freaking picker instead of whining about men, because it's not going to get you nowhere. And then when you come on one of our platforms, we ain't gonna let you live with all that anyway, because we know the truth. Because we sit back, we sit down, we talk to women, we counsel women, so we know what the problems are. And the problems is almost never a freaking man.
And if you already pick this person, use your ejection button. Make sure that's not broken.
Facts. And here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. We can't clean up y'all's mess, okay? Y'all, sometimes y'all actually want a good man to come in. We got all these options, right? Y'all actually want a good man to come in and clean up all of your crap.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all something, man. We aren't Swiffers. We aren't mops. We aren't brooms. We aren't poop scoopers. We aren't wet jets. We aren't vacuum cleaners. Our jobs aren't to clean up your mess. You clean up your own damn mess.
Yep.
And that cleaning up your mess is getting therapy. Get your life together, y'all. Get your credit together. Because if you get with a guy like us, right? And next thing you know, you want a new house, and you check your credit and you at a 400 credit score, guess who ain't getting no house? Guess what I just learned? The woman I'm with is trash. And now that one little thing may change my thought process of who you actually are. Something as small as credit. Because since you have bad credit and I have good credit, you're going to give me a super high interest rate. So now if I get a house with you, you're going to cost me money. So guess what? My options open up now, because I'm like, I can get somebody as cute as you without any problems and with good credit. So unless you get your life together and fix your credit quick, I'm out of here. And this is something I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to be thinking it. And next thing you know, you're going to be sitting around looking like Khloe Kardashian, looking crazy all over again. Like, oh, every man I pick is disappointing me. No, you disappoint yourself. You got any closing remarks, my brother? This was a good one.
So, just to close it up, if you pick them, eject them. Pick them and eject them if they're overstepping your boundaries. Because if not, you're going to be saying the same thing as Khloe Kardashian. Because she picked the guy, let the guy overstep her boundaries, and now she has built up a wall for the next guy. And it's not the next guy's responsibility to tear down a wall that was built by your ex. Like that X-Man. Yeah, that X-Man is now affecting me in your relationship, because now you have a wall up. And a good man is not going to go through a wall. He's not going to tear down a wall. He's not going to climb a wall, because at the end of the day, that wall is still going to be there. If he climb a wall, that wall is still behind him. If he breaks through a wall, that wall is still there, and you can repair the wall and bring that wall back. So just get rid of the wall. And the way you get rid of the wall before it's even built is to never let a man overstep your boundaries. Pick them. If they overstep your boundaries, then eject them. And then you won't have to build a wall.
Facts. All right, before we get out of here, I want to answer some questions, but I'm only going to answer a question the only way I'm going to answer a question if I get more likes on this video. So I don't want to hold you, bro. You can stay if you want to, but I don't want to hold you, bro. I don't know if you got some things going on or whatever, but I want to stay on here a little longer because I think a couple more people have questions. But I am not going to answer another question unless I get at least 5 more likes on here. You hanging around or you got to go?
Yeah, I can hang around.
All right, cool. So somebody said they had a question, but I ain't answering nothing until I get some more likes. Come on, bring these likes up. Likes, like. Why is it so hard for y'all to hit the freaking like button? Come on, y'all. All right, so while y'all do that, I'm gonna scroll up and see what question I missed. See, y'all don't always have to put something in the super chat. You just gotta give something, get some likes. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel, like or throw $20, $50, $80 down there or something. All right, this is about reciprocation, y'all. All right, so no woman can give me an answer because whatever we doing now won't change married or not. There is no level. So aggressive. Yes, you got to be aggressive out here. This the world. We good men. Good men are aggressive when it comes to things that they want, right?
Yeah, because we know our worth.
I know exactly. We know our worth, and that's the thing, y'all. Y'all sit around. Nobody's liking my video. Oh my God! All these people on this live, they not liking. No, we ain't doing that. We're gonna be like this video, or I ain't answering no questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's certain things you see, because you got to remember, you get what you do. Here's the thing: you get what you. What is the word? They say you only get what you negotiate.
Yeah.
So if you don't open your mouth and start negotiating what you want, you ain't gonna get nothing in life. All right. So I'm negotiating likes. So if you ain't putting no likes on my books, I ain't answering y'all freaking question. How about that? All right, these likes went up a little bit, but if they ain't going up, we just going to end the pod. Going to end this episode. So one, does anybody have a question? I'll scroll up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, somebody says, I'm no Christian, but even in the Bible, man came first. Man did everything. God created woman to be of help. So I'm trying to understand why men out here are acting like the woman. I guess I don't know what that really meant, but okay. All right, so the lights ain't went up. I see the question, but ain't no lights went up. You gonna put the like up? Somebody gonna hit the like button? Because we got a question. All right, today I was like, I want my husband to address me in Southern. Okay, I don't know what that is. All right, so all right, I got another like. Okay, if a good woman had an 800 credit score and she chose the wrong one, got a divorce, and her credit score dropped, would that still be a no-go? Well, the bottom line is, how about you take the time to build your credit back up before you get back with the man?
Yes.
What are you talking about? It only takes 4 to 6 months to bring your credit up. What do you mean? Pay some stuff on time, or obtain another credit card, or do some stuff. Come on now.
Mhm.
It don't take that long. Like you
That's
ain't got no. You feel
that's
me?
like, that's like the healing process. If you've been in a
Yeah.
if you've been in a relationship, your credit score dropped, then you need to take the time to build that back up before you get with the next man. So
Facts.
you can look at that with credit score, look at that with just regular stuff, just you in general. When you in a relationship and the relationship is bad, you know, parts of you have dropped. So now you need to heal yourself back up to that, you know, to that 800 or to that 1,000% of you, and then you can go out and date.
Bars. So that means you all have an emotional credit score. And
Mm-hmm.
some of your credit scores are 400. Don't get with none of us men until you get your life together and get your emotional credit score up, or we gonna treat you like crap, play with you, or simply dump you for somebody else if you don't. So it's all up to you. If you want to just keep dealing with the Khloe Kardashian issue, dealing with all these men and these men are trash. Oh, okay. Because like I told you, some of us want to be trash because we don't really want you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if you got to work on being wantable and not likable, because all of y'all are likable. I see y'all little cute faces in these avatars, but if I see you in person, you might not be that cute. These avatars be looking good. Work on yourself. Get your life together. Your attitude might be trash. Just because you got a cute avatar don't mean your attitude. Your avatar don't say attitude. It say avatar. So I don't know what your attitude is. So if you got a crappy
Yeah.
attitude, you ain't
And,
gonna make it.
and attitude is a whole another thing.
That's a whole new show, man.
Yeah.
So potentially stay single for a few years until I get it back up. Seek therapy, please, Arlene, because therapy don't
Yeah.
take no years. It sounds like you don't want to do no work. Either do some work or leave us alone. So if you don't want to start, you ain't in neither one of our coaching group. You recognize her?
Nah.
Arlene? I don't recognize her either. You know what I'm saying? I recognize Shawnquilise. Shawnquilise is in my coaching group. So it's some ladies in here that's in my coaching group. It's some ladies in here that graduated from my coaching group. Shout out to Paris. But Arlene, you ain't in neither one of our coaching group talking about, I gotta wait a year. Yes. Get your life together. That's all you gotta do.
And it's like, if you just wait and you don't seek coaching or whatever the case may be, like, what are you waiting for? Like, you gotta heal. So you just can't wait 2 years and then jump back into another relationship because you haven't healed from anything. So what you done 2 years ago, you're going to do the same thing in that relationship because you didn't take the time to heal in 2 years. You were just single. Being just single doesn't mean that you automatically healing. You still have to reach out and get the help.
And for those of you who may look at healing as a person sitting down with a leg propped up with a cast on it, I just want to give y'all something to think about. Healing isn't just sitting around waiting on something to get better. While your leg, like say you broke your ankle, right? You don't see all of the work that is happening inside of your ankle. When you break a bone, your bone marrow is literally fusing itself together. All these platelets and all of this stuff is going on. You know how something may get swollen or whatever? That's pus being formed from your white blood cells fighting bacteria. There's a war going on in your body when you're physically healing. So there's work being done while you got your leg up waiting on your leg or your broken bone to heal. But when your heart is broken, you got to put in the work. You got to be your own platelets. You got to be your own white blood cells. You got to go to a therapist. Your therapist may be the white blood cells. You ain't got no internal therapist. You just got blood, and blood can't heal no heartbreak. you need to bring in reinforcements. So sitting around looking at Love and Hip Hop is not going to heal you. You got to put in work. And your white blood cells for your emotional intelligence to get up and your emotional credit score to get back up is coaching or therapy. Until you do that, you're just going to be sitting around looking stupid, and you're going to end up being the same person that you are now, whining like Khloe Kardashian, talking about how crappy all of your mistakes are.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to go on to end this. I think this was great. And both of our information is going to be under this video. So if you guys did want to look into coaching, we both are going to be up under there. And, you know, but if you don't want to get coaching, we'll be back, or I'll be back next week, and we'll be back on our social media platforms, putting our foot in your butt once again. So it's all good. So tell everybody where they can find you at.
Well, you can find me on all platforms. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Quote Oneself. You can go to you can also find me on YouTube as well at Quote Oneself. My webpage is quoteoneself.com, and then that's where you can go for coaching, my membership, and all things of that nature. All things dealing with coaching and bettering yourself, just head over to quoteoneself.com.
All right, I just put this in your chat. Just in case y'all had just in case y'all didn't hear them or anything like that, I just typed Quote Oneself in here. So you can screenshot that real quick, quoteoneself.com. And of course, for those of you who are following him and not me, I am MrLetGo. And on Instagram, I'm Mr_letgo. And we'll be back with our foots back in y'all butts tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and thank y'all for joining the Let It Go podcast.
And thank y'all, and thanks for having me.